sure the outside is excellent. A reflection of the inside. Interesting phrase written. It says, God looks on the inside, people look on the outside. So you got to take care of both. The inside for God and the outside for people. What's the old phrase? You never have a second chance to make a first impression. So the outside appearance is also valuable as well as the inside vigor and vitality. Somebody says, well, people shouldn't judge you by your appearance. Let me give you a clue. They do. Take care of both. Here's another one. I had to work on being late. For the people who are always late, what do they care? They're not there when you get there. It doesn't matter, but if you truly want to make progress, not alienate, right, in the marketplace, here's what's acceptable to everybody. Being on time, right? Not being on time is acceptable probably, to a lot of people, but some, it's going to cost you. Now, mind must be nourished. It's got to have good food. Food for thought. Bread for the head, we call it. Yes, you need a slice of toast in the morning, right, for your body, but you need a slice of cassette. A slice of cassette you put in the car system and listen. Let something feed your mind. Stand guard at the door of your mind. Don't just listen to anything and everything. Make sure that you're your own best filter of what goes into your mental factory and spins out the fabric of your life and future. Stand guard at the door of your mind. Spend time. Be a selective listener. But you got to have a good diet, a good mental diet.
Woo! Let's go. Good morning. Rise and shine. Another blessed and grateful day, fam. How are we feeling coming into the Tuesday? It's good to see everybody. Cedric in the building. Dreamers, what is going on? Another powerful day. And today's topic is a little bit off of Jimmy, right? We're taking from Jim Rohn, and it's going to be the 5 time wasters that 95% of us end up falling into. And I know coming into the summertime, this is the perfect time to really go and dive into this training because we're going to see it heavily over these next couple months. So I want to make sure that everybody is locked and loaded because those that fail to plan to fail. And there's never been a more powerful time than to be locked in with this information. So let's go. I love to see it. Shane and Talina, absolutely going to be another great week ahead of us. Let's go ahead and get started. I don't want to take up anybody's time. We've got a lot going for today. Some very special calls this evening as well. So here we go. The 5 time wasters, not from myself, but from the man, the myth, the legend, Jim Rohn. So here we go. The 5 time wasters. And this is key because when you guys just start paying attention, most individuals walking are suffering from these 5. So here we go. IG, love to see it. Good morning. It's good to see everybody. So grateful to be alive. So thankful to be on here with each and every single one of you. So grateful for the morning rituals, day after day. There's a reason why we're still locked in, and it's to really go ahead and get that emotional intelligence. I believe that that's a major part of it. Just like what Nena was talking about this morning. He said it's more important to have emotional intelligence than it is to just have knowledge, right? Because anybody can have the knowledge, but if we don't have the emotional intelligence to be able to handle what comes along the way with this journey, carrying this knowledge, it's going to be easy to quit. It's going to be easy to fall to the wayside. So for those looking to go ahead and stay consistent, stay disciplined, stay locked in, this is a major key, what Neno covered this morning when it comes to emotional intelligence. And if you guys want to go ahead and check out the book so you guys can get a more in-depth look, it is called Emotional Intelligence 2.0. So feel free to go ahead and grab that. I'll actually see if I have that in my PDFs. I might have it. So I'll double check. I'll drop it in the chat as a gift from me to you after we get off this call if I have it. So you already know if it's mine, it's yours. So here we go. Love it. My man Yano, it's good to see you, King. It's been a while. So diving in. Ready, lovely? Let's get to it. The 5 time wasters. Cosmic, is good to see you. Number 1 is going to be this. Jim Rohn always talks about it, and if you guys really listen to him, you're going to hear a lot of similar things that are brought up over and over again. There's a reason, because it always comes back to the basics. So number 1 that he says when it comes to time wasters is waiting for inspiration. Waiting for inspiration. He goes on to talk about when you really think about it, You know, a lot of us, we talk about our why in the business. We ask a lot of individuals, you know, what is your why? Why are you doing this? And, you know, we've heard it all. I want to be able to travel. I want to be able to give back to my family. I want to be able to help others. Well, here's the thing, right? Our mentor is somebody who doesn't like to sugarcoat anything. So here's what he says. Well, he says, well, if that was the truth, right? If your real why was to retire your family or give back to them, he said, well, maybe you wouldn't be in the situation that you're in now, if that was true, right? Because there's still a lot of time that's being wasted. I know what that's like. I've been there, right? All five of these time wasters, I know what each and every single one of them look like. And I started to realize if we can go ahead and really master these five, this is going to change the game. So here's what it says. Realistically, anybody's why, in my opinion, that's breathing, should be that we woke up today. We actually have an opportunity to be able to grow, to be able to learn, to be able to get around individuals that have more knowledge, experience, and wisdom than we do. Every day is not promised, and every day is different. He said, even if you woke up in the same bed today, in the same house, even if you used the same toothbrush, even if you ate the same meals as yesterday and saw the same people at work, believe it or not, today is a completely different day than yesterday. And today provides thousands of new opportunities than yesterday did. It could be that one post, that one story, that one person that we go out and we actually say hello to and open the door, create that conversation. He says you never know where any of these possibilities can go. So we said in reality, none of us needs to wait for inspiration. In fact, the fact that we woke up today is enough inspiration to go out and actually do something with it. So if you guys have ever had somebody that's close to you, and we talked about it this week, but this is the truth, right? This is the raw, real. If you've ever had anybody close to you in your life that's passed, he said that is living proof that time waits on nobody. And the problem with many is we think that, especially when we're younger, that time just, it lasts forever. We're going to be able to stay young and thriving forever. Well, eventually the saying runs out. So it's crucial to remember this. Time isn't waiting for anybody. Tomorrow is not promised. So let's go out and make the most. That's enough inspiration alone. All right, that's number one. Number two, this is huge. Breeze in the building. Queenie, I see you. Let's go. Check this out. You ready? The second one he talks about is lack of priorities. Lack of priorities. He said it's so easy to get distracted with social media, work, school, family. We have all of these things going on inside of life. It's easy to get pulled in 1,000 different directions, especially if we're not rooted. And he talks about to be able to be rooted is to be able to have what Napoleon Hill talks about, is to have purpose, right? DMP, our definite major purpose. And I wish I could draw. I don't know why. I still have to look at it this week. It's not letting me draw, but I want to give you guys the visual again so you can get an idea, right? He calls it the 4 pillars. At the bottom, the foundation is our purpose. The second level is our priorities. The third level is our actions, and the fourth level is finally our results. So he says if we don't have any purpose, if we don't have a definite chief aim of where we want to go for the year, the individuals we'd like to impact, the service that we'd like to give. He said, if we're not clear on that, well, guess what happens with our priorities? He said, I can probably guess that the calendar that we have, it's probably empty. And he said, I can guess what your income is if the calendar looks blank. And it's such an eye-opener because it's so true. My mentor always told me the same thing. He's like, Deej, show me your calendar. I'll be able to see your future. Because if your calendar's empty, that means there's a lack of priorities. There's no organization. So this is one of the biggest things that took myself and a lot of others to the next level was really getting organized. The Google Calendar, being able to use Siri. And anytime I have a call, anytime I have a lot of things that's going on, I always Siri's my best friend. Either it's a reminder or it's a alarm. Hey Siri, set a reminder, call it at 6 p.m. Boom, at 6 p.m. on the dot. You better believe Siri's going to go ahead and drop that notification so we can get on that call. It's huge. So for you guys, what are some of the tools that you used or that you use right now to stay organized? I know some of you might have a day planner that when you wake up in the morning, as you go to sleep at night, you plan out your day in a planner before it even happens. You made my Siri go off. That's funny. Some of you like Google Calendar. Some of you have the app Notion. There's a lot of different ways to do it, but just picking which way best fits you, I believe, is crucial. Especially those going on the 75-day challenge. This next 30-day phase one, it takes being organized to be able to stay consistent with the gym, to be able to go ahead and keep eating the same disciplined foods, right? Without organization, a lot of this stuff gets messy. 3 times, I can't forget. I'm on day 14. Congratulations. Let's go. Drop some 5s down below for yourself. You need the little wins. You need to recognize the achievements along the way because they add up. It's crucial. Nothing to me but doing something like this last year. Yes. Okay, here's number 3. The third time waster that he talks about is fear of failure. Fear of failure. This is something we're all used to feeling. We've all failed things in life. Therefore, our brain has a pattern. So if we've ever failed at something, this is why whenever we try something that's new, something that's different, we're hesitant to do it. Because humans, we don't like to fail. We don't like to feel uncomfortable, right? The brain does 2 things. The brain always looks for the nearest pattern or it wants to go ahead and survive. 2 things that it's always looking for. So when it comes to failure, it's uncomfortable. But in entrepreneurship, it's interesting because a lot of the things that we run towards that are uncomfortable are the things that lead directly to the success that we're all looking for. Public speaking to me was a huge fear of failure that I had for a long time. Even in college, I got a C in college in public speaking. It's funny to think about now. But even at the beginning, go back and looking at some of my first videos. Even till now, sometimes it might take you 10 takes to do a video. That's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. You get better as we go, right? Drop a 7 down below if you guys have ever had to do a couple of takes making a video. If you guys have ever put something out, say, man, that could have been better. Well, that's okay, because guess what? The next one can get better. You know what's really interesting? Mr. Beast, right? I was looking at a documentary about him a while ago because I love to study the 1%. If you guys don't know, Mr. Beast is the biggest YouTuber almost ever. He's getting over 100 million views in a matter of a couple of days with some of these videos, right? And he talked about the reason why that he got to such an elite level in his field, just like most. Obviously, he was obsessive, but he understood that the fear of failure would keep him trapped forever. That was one of his biggest fears at the beginning. He's been doing it since a kid. You can actually go back and see his videos, but that's how he initially got started. He said, you know what? I'm sick of worrying about what anybody else thinks. I don't care if my parents think my videos are stupid. I don't even care if my best friends make fun of me. I'm still going to make what I like to do. And he just talked about every time that I put out a video and somebody had something to comment negative, well, guess what? Now I could go ahead and tweak the next video. Somebody said that video was too long. I could go ahead and shorten it a little bit. Somebody said they wanted better transitions. Well, guess my transitions got better. Somebody said they wanted to see a little bit more of this. Well, guess what? I added that into the next videos. And he said every one just got better. It never got easier, but I just got better. Made my first reel and said exactly the next one's going to be better, then it will go. And this is how it works. Same thing with trading. At the beginning, a lot of my trades weren't hitting. My demo account. I tried to start a demo account for my first 30 days trying trading by myself. None of it worked. None of it was successful. But I started to realize, okay, well, this is new. Drop a 3 down below if you guys are normally the type of person who's used to picking up things quick. That's me. I'm used. Normally, if you give it to me, I can pick it up quick. I'm used to doing that. But trading was kind of funky at first. I was like, man, I don't understand the charts. I don't know what I'm looking at. I keep getting some L's, but I was doing it by myself. And I was going on Google and YouTube, and I didn't have a mentor. I didn't have tools. I didn't have resources, and I definitely did not have any guidance. And that was one of the biggest keys that I realized when it comes to failure. When we have all of these, I like to call them, think about going bowling, right? On the side, how they have like the bowling guiders. This is kind of what that is. This is our guidance along the way. So guess what? If you fail, there's going to be somebody here that's able to go and reach a hand down to help you back up. I dropped a quote this morning. It said one of the greatest exercises for the heart is to be able to lend a hand down to be able to help somebody get back up. That's what we're doing. Think about it. How many out there have $1,000 smartphone? They don't make any money from it. How many out there have a laptop every day and they don't know how to start an e-commerce store? They don't know how to make money from home. They don't know how to leverage digital streams of income. Why? Number one, they don't have the access. Number two, most people are afraid to fail. And the only way we get better is from getting out in the field and doing it. I didn't know how to do a three-way call at the beginning. I butchered my first couple calls, but I got better. I learned how to edify. I learned how to understand other people's emotions. I learned how to dive into the details. And these are all little tips and tricks that make the biggest difference. So number 4, here we go. We're breezing through these. 4 is repeating mistakes. Repeating mistakes. You see, in trading, think about it like this. One of the things I love about trading is the history. It never lies. The history will always reveal what it is that we're doing. And I remember at the beginning, my first month, when my mentor really got with me, he's like, D, show me your history. Let me just analyze and see what you're doing. And I kept over leveraging my account, kept blowing my demo account, kept over leveraging it. And he said, D, if you don't change your mistakes, well, guess what? When you start your live account, you're going to keep blowing through live money. And we all know Insanity, repeating the same thing over and over and expecting something different. So when it comes to mistakes, mistakes happen not from failure. You see, failure is inevitable. We're all going to fail. But mistakes happen when we keep doing the same things over and over and over again that might have caused us to fail. So there's nothing wrong with a mistake. There's nothing wrong with failing. But a mistake is a failure that's repeated over and over and over again, and something didn't change. So this is huge, right? Last but not least, number 5. Number 5 is going to be not living your life. The 5th time waster. And this is huge. This is huge. Not living your life. Family, this is supposed to be fun. Yes, entrepreneurship is difficult. Yes, there's ups. Yes, there's downs. Yes, there's a lot that comes with it. But at the end of the day, let me know, would you rather spend this lifetime going after your dreams, going after the I wonders, than get to the end of it playing it safe and wondering what if? What if? Which one? Would you rather I wonder, or would you rather what if? Both are very heavy, but in my opinion, the what if weighs tons. The I wonder weighs ounces in comparison. So living life, here's the deal. Some people tell me all the time, D, I work a lot. And you're going to hear this too. I love what you guys are doing, but I work a lot. I don't have the time. I didn't think I had the time either. I was working 60 hours a week, opening my family's restaurant 7 o'clock in the morning, and then closing it at 8 p.m., 8 p.m., 7 days a week, until I finally got to a point where I really just I sat down one night and I literally cried, got out of the store, sat in the alley, and I'm just crying with my hands in between my knees. Like, there's got to be more than this. There's no way I just spent all this time and this is life. There's no way. And then I started paying attention. I saw people online, young, that were traveling, that were speaking in front of all these people, that had time freedom, that had children, that were able to live a life by design. And it started to give me hope. I said, wow, so this is really possible. We don't have to just clock in to the typical 9-to-5 job and that's just it, pay bills and call it life. No. There's so much more than that. And you'll hear me say it and you'll hear me say it again. Never talking down on jobs. We're just up on opportunity. I stopped just spending half of the day building somebody else's dream. I said, you know what? I'm about to spend this second half building my dreams. And if that's you, if you guys might be working a job right now, if you guys might be working 2 jobs right now, but you understand your value, you understand what you're worth, and you're taking that time to build your own dreams on the side, let me go ahead and give you your applause right now. Drop some 5s down for yourself because you deserve it. If it was easy, everybody would do it. It's not always going to be sunshine. It's not always going to be rainbows. You see, today's a little bit foggy. It's not as nice as it was yesterday. It's kind of how life goes. There's never going to be a perfect day to commit. There's never going to be a perfect day to go ahead and take action. You know what they call that? Tony Robbins calls that someday island. And the thing with someday island is it doesn't exist. When I was homeless, living out of my car, I said, you know what? I'm going to make this happen. Instead of waiting for opportunity, sometimes we got to kick the door down and we have to go ahead and make the opportunity. And that's what I did. I literally sold my TV and I sold my Xbox, and that was my 200, my 250 to get started with this platform back in 2017. So when I get on calls today and I hear people's excuses like, D, I don't have the time, I don't have the money, I giggle inside. I literally laugh because I didn't have the money either, but I made it happen. I said, I'm done caring about materialistic things more than I care about my future. $210, fam, you realize that's $7 a day. What are we spending money on $7 a day that's making us anything? For myself, nothing. Out eating fast food, that Starbucks here and there, that none of that $7 was given back. So I said, let me save this. Let me be able to invest this extra back into myself. And I took that and I put it into my trading account. Sold my TV, sold my Xbox, saved some money for a handful of days, put that in my trading account. And that's how my journey began. To open the door to say, you know what? Saying yes to living life. Yes to maxing our potential. Yes to figuring out what it is that you and I can go out and accomplish in this one life that we have. And these are the 5 time wasters that all of us end up going through. And I want to end it with this. Here's the biggest thing that really allowed me to understand how serious number 5 really is. You see, in the last bit of college, I had to do 80 hours community service. Some of you know this, some of you don't. But I spent that time doing community service. I spent some of it at the Y, spent some of it doing different things, construction, picking weeds. But I spent the last 40 hours inside of a nursing home. The last 40 hours I spent inside of a nursing home intentionally. Because I wanted to go around, I wanted to ask every single person that I could one question. If you could go back in time, what would you do with it? And you know what's funny? Every single person has something that they wish they could have gone back and done. All of them. I wish I would have committed to dancing. I wish I would have used my voice. I wish I would have took that time to go build what I always wanted to build. And you hear all the greats talk about it. Where's the wealthiest place in the world? Who knows? Who knows it? Where's the wealthiest place in the world? Is it Dubai? Is it Greece? It's the graveyard. They say the graveyard is the wealthiest place in the world because this is where most of us take our biggest dreams, our aspirations, and our goals with us. And they never get a chance to be seen. So if you get anything from today, let's go out and let's be seen. Let's let our talents, our skills, our gifts, ideas be heard because we are the light in the darkness. There's a lot of darkness going on right now, but at the same time, there's a lot of light, and we get to decide which end of the playing field that we want to be on. Do we want to live in lack, scarcity, low frequency, or do we want to live on the side of abundance, light, joy, passion, love, growth? It's nothing but a choice. So fam, this is the 5 time waster. If you're ready to go out and step into your greatness and choose your side of the fence, let me know what you choose down below. Because there's never been a better time to commit than right here, right now. Because I'm running with you, fam. Let's go out and be great. If nobody told you today, I'm proud of you. I see the growth. I see the transformation. I see the elevation. And I know it's not easy, fam. I'm fighting through things every day just like you. Before I got on this call, my phone's getting blown up with fires to put out. I'm right there with you. But I know all of these things are shaping us into who we are destined to become. These are lessons along the journey to go ahead and chip off the fat that's not needed. So let's go out and make it happen. Let's go out and be, do, and have anything. We can hold our mind. We can hold it right here in our hand. I love you, fam. Turning dreams into reality. Let's go out and make it happen. It's game time. Let's get to work.